Hello everyone, FSG here, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to New Frontier and a new episode. And I tell you what, I think after the last episode, we've really broken the back of this. If you remember right at the end there, we did a logging contract, which has brought us in a good whack of money over and above our rice, which we sold, which is awesome. And we have 10,643 in the bank. Now, what I did say was not much more we can do. We're waiting for the wheat to ripen over there. I think that should be ready tomorrow, and we could do that straight away to feed our chickens. And we've got some of the other crops growing here, but actually I thought it would be a good time to skip forward to the next day. We are in the winter as well. So what I want to do is move through to March, get that wheat off the ground, and move on from there. We also have our bales here that are still fermenting. We could do with selling those pretty quickly as well, but all in all, we're looking good. We probably need to action this as well, get this cultivated and growing again as well as soon as we can. So let's move forward to tomorrow and see what tomorrow brings. Right, I'm just stopping in the middle of the night here so you can see what we've lost in terms of leasing costs. Nearly $4,000 in leasing costs, plus a few other spends, has brought us down to 6,509. So we're going to move forward to the morning now. We'll see you then. Good morning indeed, and I can see already over there the golden shine of some wheat that is ready to be harvested, which is awesome, awesome news. Now, a few changes since we last played this episode. Courseplay and auto driver out. I will utilise them at some point further down the line. At the moment, I think we're probably good. In fact, I might just put the combine on Courseplay now, and we'll use the trailer because that means we can get those chickens fed as soon as possible and get things started. It's still rather frosty on the ground, even though we're into March now, but hopefully we are going to progress a little bit. Our other crops are growing as well, but like I said, we probably need to get in and plough, cultivate that field right. I'd love to get to a point where we can sort out some of that landscaping as well. Those really hard edges are quite offensive to me, so we'll fix that. And at some point we may even get rid of that rice field and turn it into something else. But for now, it is what it is. Now remember, we didn't do anything with this field. We literally planted it. We didn't have any fertilizer. We didn't have anything because we had no money at the time. So this is going to be a relatively low yielding crop, I think. But all we can do is cut it and prep better for next time. Same principle with these other fields as well. We might be able to hire some, or lease, certainly, something to spray some fertilizer on those. The other thing we're going to do here as well, because it's going to be a valuable addition, is a little bit of... I'm just going to turn the GPS on here. There's a little bit of straw. We can actually make some bales off this as well, which is good. So we'll just follow this round. Those chickens are going to get our first dibs on this corn, and then everything after that we are going to sell. So, actually, this field is smaller than I remember, but we'll get this done now. And we'll come back when we're done. Probably not even worth throwing this into a time-lapse. It's such a short... such a small field. I have started now out using the base game stuff, but what I might do is just let this run now on this smaller field. We'll worry about that for some of the bigger fields. So we'll come back when we've got a full tank. How about that? Right, we did have a change of heart actually, and we've put the combine onto Courseplay so that we can run the trailer, which is exactly what we are going to do. Now, as soon as we get a little bit more money as well, I am replacing that greenhouse. We have found a nice new hydroponics greenhouse in the mod hub, which will do a little bit more volume and has a little bit more space. So we're going to take advantage of that. The other thing I want to do as well, in fact we'll check now, just as we roll up to the combine, is if there are any more of those logging contracts again, because that was just really helpful. It's a little money bonus, let's call it that. Let's have a look. And we do. We have another wood transport, and it's not a dissimilar position as well, which is exciting. All the other contracts, they're okay, but they're not likely to make us that much money, although somebody did say to me that the deadwood contracts are pretty good. Cut down the dead trees, but we can sell them afterwards, so we might give that a go as well. We don't need that equipment, we just use the chainsaw, I think, but as long as we take our trailer and load them up, that could be pretty awesome, couldn't it? Do you know what? Let's just take that now. Let's take that and see how we get on with that. Now, do we take the wood transport as well? We do have time to do these. We've got to do these in the next day or so, but let's take both of those, and that will just make us a little bit more money, won't it? In fact, we could go and do that deadwood contract now while the combine's running. We might have to run back at some point and unload him, but trying to be as optimal as possible here. But that deadwood contract could make us a nice bit of money, actually. Let's go and do that one first, and then we'll worry about the transport mission a little bit later on. But let's go and cut some trees down, shall we? So we'll see you when we get there. Right, here we are, and actually I think you can see them dead ahead of us. They are big trees, aren't they? Look, there's the red circle that they're in. I don't know how many we need to cut down. We'll check again when we get there, but I can certainly see there's a couple over there. We've got maybe 3 or 4 or even more in front of us. So this should be relatively straightforward to do as well, shouldn't it? Right. Let's see what they say, shall we? Right, $150 for the right trees. 8 trees we've got to cut down in total. So let's just be mindful about which ones we've got. They've all got crosses on them here. I think these are all legit, so let's get these down. And then I think the other 2 are just over there as well. We'll just triple check that, but remember, we can sell these afterwards as well. The contract is only to cut them down, which is exciting. I'm just going to cut this in a slightly different direction so they don't fall on top of each other. Should make them easier to strip. There's 2. I reckon we're a quarter of the way through it already. Look at that. It's going to be easy money. These feel like really good trees as well. Really decent wood on them, so let's see how we go. Get rid of that stump as well. Lumberjack mod, brilliant. Brilliant, just makes life so much easier. There we go. So that is... oh no, one more here. Trying to avoid making it fall on the tractor if we can. There we go, we've got to strip all these as well. So we'll need to do that in a second. Let's just cut these last couple down over here, shall we? I think these are the 2 that we're looking for. And then we are done, as long as they're still in the red circle in the minimap there, which it appears they just about are. Got marks on them? They have indeed got marks on them, so I think we're safe to say these are our trees. We've got up to 75% there, so all looking good. Oh, there's 3 here. Probably makes sense, doesn't it? Right, let's see if we can get this close to the other one without them overlapping or falling on top of each other. Oof, it was close, but I got away with it. Right, here we go. Last one now. Right on the edge of the ring. Let me just check this has got paint on it. I know it looks like a deadwood tree, but I don't want to get a penalty if I can avoid it. There we go. There we go. Contract is finished already, so let us strip these and then we'll get them loaded up. Right, let's pick this up. We've been trimming this all down to size 6-meter lengths so that it will go into the sawmill nicely. Oh, forget, I've got to be stationary to load now. One thing I don't want to do is hand in the contract yet. It's the first time I've kind of done one of these deadwood contracts, so what I don't want to do is hand in the contract and the wood disappear. I don't know what the right way of doing this is, but I don't want the wood to disappear. So what I'll do is we'll try and sell it first. Now the contract in essence has completed. It is 100% done. But I know certainly with some of the other contracts, if you hit the complete button, it removes any of the stuff that's left over. So I'm going to just err on the side of caution and sell this first before I collect that contract. So we'll just gather as much of this up as we can. I'm not sure we're getting it all on one trailer, but it's going to be a big payday, this. I think this is going to be, without a doubt, the nicest load of logs we've managed to pick up. So hopefully we get a good amount of cash from this. We shall see. So how many have we got left here? Looks like we've got 4 trees left here. Like I said, and we may get it on. Now we've adjusted our trailer and it can carry a little bit more, although it's looking quite high now. You know what's going to happen? It's going to be like every time there'll be just a little bit too much to all go on one trailer. Typically, won't there? And we'll have to come back for one little bit. Although we do have the other wood transport contract, which is not too far from here. So if there is the odd bit left over, I suppose we could pick it up with that, couldn't we? That's probably risky as well. There we go. Although I think this might go on now. I'm confident now. Let's get to here. Auto load doing its thing very, very well here, gotta say. Let's get lined up here. 2. Another 2. Come on, we can do this. All in one load is looking very positive now. I'm so glad I adjusted that trailer. Totally changed our efficiency levels now, hasn't it? Right, here we go. Last one. One more is definitely going to do this. There we go. We've just had a $300 wage payment as well, so this better pay out well. Because we're using course play, and it'll be sitting there static at the moment, because it'll be full. No question it'll be full. And we're gallivanting around the other side of the hill, picking up logs. So we better get him unloaded so he can keep working. Especially if we're paying that kind of money for him. But I think this is going to be a big old payday for us. I am excited. I am excited. What, between this and the wheat, things are definitely moving in the right direction now. I think our days of living in debt could well be over. In fact, one of the other things I'm keen to do is put some more fields and get some more crops in the ground. Let's really start going big. Because the more of that we've got, the more money we've got, which means we can start investing in buildings, sheds, storage, things like that, and then we don't have to sell everything straight away. We can wait and get the best price we can for stuff. But at the moment we're just going to have to sell stuff as and when it is ready, just to get us that cash. Now the rice field's an interesting one, isn't it? Now it's there. Do we keep using it? Do we replant rice again? Do we maybe move that into production at a future date? Yeah, there's the combine waiting for us to unload him. He's done a good chunk of the field though, hasn't he? That's good. Yeah, decisions to be made on whether or not we carry on with the rice or we get rid of that field actually, but what we've got there is the potential for a very nice yard, if I'm being honest, because the rice field is flattened it, so it's perfectly flat. We know it's perfectly flat. It means that we could pop some buildings on there without any fear of expensive landscaping costs, so that's something to bear in mind as well, and maybe move, if we're going to carry on with the rice, or maybe move it to a different location. I'm going to get the baler out as well after we get all of this crop off here, because that's going to be another little extra bit of cash as well, isn't it? There we go. Of course he's off again. How much of that did we empty there? Let's go round and run with him as he comes back down the other way. And then I think we'll go and do that wood transport mission first, and then we'll come back and do the baling. But exciting stuff, of course. See, he's full again. He's pulled out of the row, which I suppose is good, because now he won't drive off until he's unloaded. I have got crop damage on still, so I don't want to drive through the crop. But this is good. This is good. We are starting to make some real progress now. Really enjoying this, actually. Got a nice pace to it, playing like this. So there we go. Let's get... I think this is what... 4,900 litres in this tank, so I'm expecting to see roughly that in here, maybe a little bit over, because he dropped a little bit in and then we moved on, so it's going to be good. We'll drop some of this in with the chickens, and then we'll wait for the rest to be ready. 4,990, there we go. Right, he'll cut back into the crop. These hungry chickens fed. Here's another bit of landscaping we need to consider doing at some point in the future as well. Real heavy drop off on that end of the chicken pen. But hopefully in future we'll be able to start doing this. Some hungry chickens. There we go. That'll do us for a little bit longer. Probably want to store a bit of that. I have nowhere to store it though, so that's my challenge. We've got nowhere to keep it safe for a little bit longer until we've got a bit more money. So we might as well leave this here now and go and sell these logs. And then come back and see what's next. Right, we've just been hammered for more leasing costs on the combine. I think we've gone over our work days or whatever, or work hours on it. It took another 2,300 bucks off us. So again, another reason why making as much money as quickly as possible is going to be beneficial to us. Right, let's get rid of this, and oh, that looks like it's all on there. This is going to be a big payday, I think. I think that 2,000 we've just lost on leasing costs for the combine might be instantly repaid to us. Let's see. Oh, 1,571 of solid wood. That's a shame. But on top of that, we do have our contract to collect as well. I wonder if it would have been better to collect that contract and then sell the wood. Maybe you get more for it. Let me know if you've done something with the contracts before and you know how it works better than me. We'll know for next time. But certainly we've recouped that leasing cost anyway on the combine, so that's not the end of the world. Right, let us go and empty this combine. Looks like it is finished and full now, so again, we're going to sell this straight away. Very conscious that it isn't at its maximum price, but needs must at the moment. We know our overnight costs are about 5,000 or 6,000. Plus it would appear a few other things as well, like the 2,000 we've just lost there as well, so we've got to keep this combine working if we want to keep it until such point that we can buy our own. Just unhitch this for a second. This trailer to get the last of the wheat out of here, and then we will go and do that other contract, that other wood contract, before we do the baling, I think. There we go. Not sure how much you'll have in the tank here. Don't think we'll get a full trailer load. I think it's about 8,000 litres in this trailer. Yeah, just 5,000. 6,000 in total it would have been if we'd not given that first 1,000 litres to the chickens, but They needed fed. It's another experiment I think's probably not paid off, really, has it? Although it hasn't really cost us loads, although we did buy a bag of wheat to start with for the chickens, so we're about 3,000 down on chicken food already, price-wise. And we haven't really seen many eggs from it yet, so we'll just have to wait and see what's next. But let's sell this. I am going to check the price just before we sell it to just make it even more painful that we're not selling at a good price, but like I said, at the moment, needs a must. But we're moving in the right direction, right? We are moving in the right direction, so I'm not going to complain. Right, here we go. Let's just pull over here. But before we tip it, let's see what the price is. Wheat. Oh, actually, the highest price was in December. We're in March. 355 at the moment, so not a million miles off the highest price. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. It all adds up, right? There we go. All in. 1,807 in harvest income. Right, we'll just keep chipping away at it. We will keep chipping away at it. I know we're going to sell a straw as well. That is not worth much. But still, everything counts. Now, the joy of Courseplay as well is that I can create custom fields. So what we'll do is we'll mark out a couple of fields that we want to mow next as well. And then we'll get stuck into them. I do have an offset mower though, of course, which from experience doesn't play particularly well with Courseplay. But we'll see how we go, shall we? Right, there we go. Let's just move him off the field as he charges us another $207, so we do need to be mindful of that in terms of what we're spending. But there we go. We've got that straw to pick up. I'm sure there won't be that much of it, but first and foremost, let's get that other contract done. Right, there they are again. Right, we know the score with this. We've already done one of these. So, it's a shame it doesn't all go on the trailer in one go. So we've got to do 2 runs, but the amount of money you get for it is well worth it. There we go, ratcheted on just before it falls off. We'll be back for the other ones very soon. So, we will see you at the sell point. Not too far to go. Right, here we are back again at our favourite place, the sawmill. Let's get this unloaded. And sold, of course. There's a little bit hanging out the side. Somebody did say, why don't you just flip it the other way? I think it was Cranky said in my comments last week, so that's a fair point. I should probably just do that, shouldn't I? We wouldn't have rogue single logs falling off again. But in fact, that's what we'll do for the next one. So load it, unload it, just so we get the job done, and yes, next time we will flip the sides. So in fact, let's do that now. Unloading side left, unloading side right, so we can come in from the different direction and get a bit tighter. It's those 2 lights there that are getting in the way. Right, we'll get the rest of those logs, and then that's another box ticked in terms of making money. Right, here we are, back again. There we go, I've just realised I'm not loading from that side now, am I? Let's spin it round. It's amazing how quickly you forget. No, I've edited that. But it was quite a long drive across the map, so that's why I forgot. That's my excuse anyway, and I'm sticking to it. There we go. Right, off we go again. But at the end of this, there's a big payday, so it's worth it. See you at the sawmill. Right, here we go. remembering to approach from the other side this time. And let's get this dropped off. There we go. Just run round and hit the R button, and we should be good. There we go. Wood transport finished. And we made $9 in sold wood as well. Right, let's collect this. There we go. David's wood transport mission 5355. Thank you very much, sir. If we've got anything else worth doing. Oh, I've got another deadwood contract. They come around quick, don't they? I'm not going to take that right now, though. Good to know it's there, though. Let's head back. And let's do some baling. Right, let's grab the baler here. I just checked our silage bales as well. 74 and 78% fermented, so they are very close to being ready as well, which is good. I think we'll be definitely selling those, if not later on today, tomorrow. But for now, we have got some bales to make. Now, we've got a little bit of grass left in this one, so it'll be interesting to see what's the first bale that will come out of this. Hopefully it'll reset to wheat straw. Like I said, I'm not excited we're going to make masses of money out of this, but every little bit helps at the moment, so I have no issue with doing this. And then we can get these fields ripped up. Probably need a cultivator or something as well, don't I? Because these don't need ploughing all the time. But that little 6-metre lizard plough is very handy at the moment, so we're not going to swap that for anything else just now until we've got a bit more money. Right, let's batter on. So, interestingly there, it's just wrapped a straw bale. Interesting. I wonder if it's because it was half grass. But yeah, I don't think we need wrapped straw bales. That's not going to make us much money, is it? What's it saying about it now then? Straw? But wrapped. Interesting. Interesting. We've got an unfinished bale here. Are they going to wrap this one too? It is. Oh my goodness, what's happening here? There we go. Turn bale wrapper off. It was a setting. Oh well. I wonder if you can sell those with the wrap on them. We'll soon find out. Right. Now we know what we're doing. We're off. That's a nice feature, actually. Quite like that. It was all a bit automated in FS22. It just decided for you. If it was straw, it wasn't going to wrap it. So, yeah. Glad they've changed that. Even if I do have 2 wrap bales at the top of the hill there. Right. Let's get the rest of this field done. And then we'll come back and see you. Right, we're coming down to our last pass here. We have managed to spit out a massive 2 bales in total, which is kind of funny, isn't it? For all that hassle. Well, you count the ones that we've wrapped as well. But 4 bales. It's going to be like about $300. Although these are big bales, 5,000 litres, so let's see. Let's see what we get, and obviously we've got whatever's left here. We can unload this half a bale though, which is good. So I'll grab this, and there is a tiny bit I know up by the chickens that I didn't grab, and another bit in the middle of the field. This is on the limit of what this tractor can handle. As soon as you're on a bit of a slope here, this baler is the amount of power this baler needs does make it quite challenging. So we've got 3 bales, there you go, in total, plus whatever's in the baler at the moment. Plus whatever's wrapped. I'm kind of hoping that they'll just recognise them as wrapped straw bales and give us the value of a straw bale for them. We'll see. There we go. We are done. So we now have 2 fields that need some attention with the plough. The rice field down there and this field here. Plus I want to cut some more fields out. Now I'm going to do the new fields first because I want to get the mowing done and get the bales wrapped so they can be fermenting while we seed and plough some of these other fields. So let's go and grab the auto load trailer and sell our pretty lame collection of bales. In fact, I've just realised I left that straw in the baler then, didn't I, after I'd waxed on about being able to unload incomplete bales. I went and left it in there. All habits die hard, I think. So let's connect it back up to get that unloaded. Unload unfinished bale, there we go. Reverse back slightly and then roll forward so there's enough space to get the trailer in next to it. Right. Let's go and get the trailer. Right, we are on our trailer here. We'll just dump that in the middle of nowhere. And let's go and pick up those bales. I haven't used this trailer for a while, actually. It's going to get used in anger on those silage bales, though, in hopefully not too much longer. Right, let's go and pick up the one by the baler first, and then we'll go and grab the others. It almost feels like a waste of time. But we could be surprised with how much money we get for them. We shall see. We shall see. But first and foremost, we've got to get them over there. So, right, 3 down. And another 3 to go. And last one, which isn't even a full bale. Interesting, it's not letting me pick that one up. Oh, for some reason there it just didn't sit in the trigger right, but it went then. This feels a bit overkill with this trailer for 6 bales, doesn't it? But there we go. We've got what we've got, so let's see what we make from these. Right, here we are. Let's see. No, I'm not sure which side to unload. I think it might be this side. We'll soon find out. And if it's the other side, we'll just whip round the other side and do it there. Oh, of course. Right hand side. Let's switch it over again. My goodness. And it's the other side. Of course it is. Honestly, too many things to remember. That's my problem. Not sure it's this side either, is it? I wonder if even that you can sell bales here. Sure you can. Yes, you can. Phew. Oh well, that was nearly $1,000. That's not to be sniffed at, is it? You think you've got a bigger field? That could be quite a lot of money. So we had 14,500. Got some good money in the bank now. I am conscious though. Our costs at the end of the day are going to come back to haunt us. But let's go and mow another field and get ourselves a nice big chunk of grass that we can turn into more silage bales. I feel that's going to be a lucrative way of making a bit more cash. So let's go and get organised with that, and then we should probably replant some of these fields here. The rice one I'm undecided on yet. I don't know what to do with that one, but certainly this one here could get some crop in it. Plus whatever we mow, we will straight up plough that and then get the seeder on that as well. Right, route 1 across the rice field to get to the mower. And let's cut ourselves a new field. I think we'll do it straight away here. We'll keep this path in the middle. That's useful for gridding out our farm for the future. But let's pop this here, like so. Let's get it unfolded. Leave a little bit of a gap between the rice field and the vehicles and stuff there, because I think I made that one a bit narrow there. So, right, here we go. Let's just power this up. Lower it down. See how we get on here, shall we? Be a good chunk of grass here, to be honest. I'm going to go longer than the other one as well. Really go to town here. Make a nice, decent sized field. Out here, I would say. I don't want to make them crazy big, because I think that just might end up being a bit torturous to manage on my own. And probably makes quite boring episodes if we're literally working one field in an episode. So, yeah, we've got to find a little bit of a balance here. There we go. Lower that down. Try and make this relatively square. A guesstimate as to how far down here we go. In fact, you know what? Let's be creative around here. We've got enough space to take advantage of this little extra bit in between the trees. Might even give this a rounded corner as well. Make it easy for the vehicles when they round. Now I've messed this up, haven't I? As I was going to leave us a little bit more space there. Oh well. We might have to come back and fix that when we get the plough out. Right, we are busy getting the headlands done here. This is going to take a long old time. So I think what we'll do at this juncture is say that we'll call it for this episode, but when we come back next time, we'll have a nice field of grass all ready to go with the windrower. We'll get some bales made. So, thank you very much for watching. Bit of a busy episode, this one. Probably our busiest one yet, and we've got some money to show for it as well, which is very pleasing. So, I'm not going to complain about that at all. We do have half the day to go. It's 2 in the afternoon here. We've been running at 5x, just to kind of keep the pace up as much as we can. And it's definitely keeping me on my toes and making me want to do stuff quickly. So, I hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly have, and we're starting to finally feel a little less poor. Feel like there's some money going into the bank, which is the aim of the game, really, isn't it? So, on that note, I will say thank you very much, and I will see you again next time. Take care. Bye for now.